evening. It's the Man United Agenda, and we've got the green screen, literally a green screen behind us. And I'm joined today by the dynamic duo, and that's Bath Time and Dora. We got an exciting show today. We're going to talk about a few topics. Obviously, on the thumbnail, we can see about Jason Wilcox. We'll just touch on that. And then we're going to go into the awards ceremony, which will be Most Improved Player, the Player of the Year, Boop of the Year, loads of topics, loads of categories, to discuss as well. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be the highlight of the show. And I will be doing the comments today. I'm in charge. I've got complete control. See the fingers here. So let's do this. So Bath Time, how are you, man? Have you had a good day? We talked about the weather earlier. For June, it's terrible. I mean, it's been really miserable, hasn't it, today?
Yeah, disappointing. Like my summer starts on Monday. And I was hoping that this weekend was going to be really nice, but it's a grey and gloomy day. But I'm glad you're here. To brighten my evening.
Well, it's a good. You know what? I feel it's going to be a good show because of the categories and what we're going to be debating about. And I hope the guys interact as well in the comments. Dora, it's been grim. It's really grey skies over here, raining. It's not a very nice day. What's it like in Croatia?
It's hot. It's summer. It's 32 degrees Celsius, and I am melting. Like, I don't want to sound like an old lady or a grandma, but I hate summer because not just it's hot, mosquitoes. You need to go out if you have a house and you have a garden and everything. You need to mow the lawn. You need to I am now presenting myself as a lazy lady, but sometimes like in this heat, it's very hard to function. Last week it was beautiful, right? It was 25 degrees Celsius, like a perfect weather here, and then all of a sudden, boom, 31, 32, 30. Like I'm melting, and then on top of all of that, in my old car. My AC finally gave out. It's like a 20-year-old Polo, Volkswagen Polo car, and now I need to buy a new car because if I pay for an AC to repair an AC, it's literally more expensive than the whole car. So I need to buy a new car. But I mean, I'm not miserable, by the way. It's just, I'm not miserable, but and then I've been I barely slept because the cats decided to breed or, act like all night I was hearing screeching of cats. Like they sound like babies screeching in the middle of the night. And then in the 5 a.m, Pippi starts to sing in the 5 a.m, and I'm like, come on, dude. You cannot sing, with first sunlight or whatever. Like he is killing me. He is killing me, Pippi. But
For people who don't know, Dora, who is Pippi?
Pippi is my parrot. Come on, he's more famous than me on YouTube. Come on. But all my old parrot decided to wake up to wake me up at 5 a.m. every single day. So I'm trying to adapt to everything that is going on. But I'm not miserable, guys. I'm great, especially with finally being with you guys on live stream and talking about football.
When I was younger, we had to, in the village I lived in, someone asboed a rooster. Got some sort of antisocial behaviour order put on X. It was like crowing at 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning. It was bloody annoying.
It's all girls here. You know what? If we had roosters, they were awful. I told you guys so many times, like they were aggressive. Like I had to go into the chicken coop to get eggs, and he would literally attack me. And every time I would have to take a large stick or a broom and fight him off every time I'm going to the chicken coop or closing them down during the night because we have foxes. Like it feels like I'm living in a freaking in the middle of nowhere, but we have a lot of wild animals here, right? So it's a nightmare. And of course So yeah, I'm not talking about killing animals on stream, but yeah, we had to, because he was too aggressive and he was killing chicken and they wouldn't, do like, yeah, he was abusing chicken and they wouldn't lay eggs. And then we no boys anymore, only girls.
Oh, farm life, isn't it beautiful? Yeah, but
It is.
have you ever been attacked by an animal?
When I was a kid, there used to be a lot more bees around, and I've been stung by bees or chased by bees.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Dogs. When we were growing up, dogs used to roam the streets and have some sort of territories. You'd have to cross the road because they'd be standing outside their house, barking at you. And in the park when we used to play football, dogs used to roam free and just chase people. And you'd have to. I remember one time I jumped on the goal bar, the crossbar. Yeah, it's a crossbar because some dog was trying to jump and bite, But I'm trying to think. Yeah, just dogs mainly. What about you? Have you any animal attacks?
Oh, cows.
Cow.
I've been chased by cows a few times. No, cows.
Cows.
Like not bulls, cows. Like
bulls
they
would
used
be
to live...
scary though, wouldn't it? A male.
Absolutely. I don't think I've been in close proximity to a bull. But like, yeah, if you go in a field with some cows and they're like a bit antsy, they'll sort of stampede. And so you just have to leg it and hurdle a fence or something. But I do have a long-running beef with wasps. I agree with you on that. I mean, like, do they even make anything? Like bees make honey. Like what are wasps making? Like
wasps are evil, but hornets. By the way, so like we are sidetracking, even though we are trying to talk. We are going to talk about United, but since this is an entry to the show, I need to say this. So apparently, when you are every single country is how do you say it, when you bring other products to your country, right? So we actually we had a problem with hornets here because an Asian hornet breeded with mixed up with the European one, and it was wreaking havoc where I live here. And they were like this. They were like freaking mice. Like they were huge and they were dangerous. I mean, they were. I think one person died because someone he was how do you say it? He was not bitten, but not even stabbed, but he was stung by a dead hornet, that European Asian hornet.
A dead one?
No, it wasn't a dead one. It was it came from I think Serbia. I don't know. It was
obviously it came from
obviously they tried to kill us, but yeah, it came with the wood with those materials, right? And it breeded mixed with European ones, and they were like this. They were some kind of hybrid hornets, and they were huge. And yeah, we had problems with that for a few years. And I think a few years ago a man died because he was he got stung by it, and he got a heart attack instantly. But yeah, hornets are very, very but wasps as well, they're just evil.
That like countries. I think someone on the US border was caught with 4 or 5 invasive species in the last couple of weeks. Like people bring them in to mess up the ecosystem and stuff. So you watch your borders, Dora. Like there could be all sorts of things coming over there.
Oh, definitely. By the way, I think I'm witnessing my camera dying again. So don't just ignore it. Just ignore it.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Is that the animal talk over with farms, animals, everything like that?
Yeah.
Should we get on with the football? Because we've got someone in the chat who's saying, get on with it. That's Iron Titanium. He's telling everyone to shut up like last night and saying we talk too much as well. We always start the show like a bit lighthearted with a little intro as well. Let's move on with the topic. So obviously today's is going to be a bit exciting. Guys, make sure you tap it up the screen. Press like, and if you haven't liked already, because we're talking, it's the end of season awards we're doing. Obviously in the thumbnail we're talking about Jason Wilcox. He's got a new role at the club. We're just going to discuss that. I've done a bit of homework, a bit OTT with it. I didn't need to because I didn't realize bath time was being on the show. So it was just basically to describe the position. He's gone from a sporting the technical director to the director of football. And I've just got a few little descriptions of what each is, just to spell out. I'm not trying to play. It helps me, to be honest. I'm not trying to play. Maybe you guys all know about it, but I wasn't quite sure about the roles of the job. So let me just read this out quickly. This is what Jason Wilcox was doing before. He was a technical director, and a football technical director has helped the football club to develop a sustainable business model and sporting identity over a multi-year period. They may cultivate global fan bases to increase annual revenue, design young players and coaching development programs, and manage squad recruitment as well. So quite a lot in it. And I've got 10 key responsibilities of a technical director. But Dora, what do you know about Wilcox? Because since he's come in, we've heard about things that he's done or he's implemented. So what do you think he's done a good job as a technical director? And from the things you've heard?
I mean, he came in, I think, in last season, I think. He came when Ten Hag was still here, and we were going through that really poor patch. And he came in, and apparently, what I heard, like we were playing very poorly throughout the whole season. And when he came in, he talked to Ten Hag and told him, "You cannot play like this. You need to change your system." And then all of a sudden, we won those 2 games by the end of the season, and we changed our, how do you say it, game plan for that FA Cup final. Or was it semi-final, then the league game, and then it was a cup final. So I mostly remembered him from that. I'm not sure if he had anything to do with, bringing Ashworth in. But yeah, he was supposed to be like a bridge between the board and the squad. And from what I remember of him, he was the one to manage or manage. He needed to intervene with Ten Hag in that moment. I'm not sure what was his how do you say it, role in signing players during the summer. This last summer, but yeah, what I know of him, it's honestly, when it comes to those technical stuffs and board stuff, I'm just drawing blank. And look at this, I'm actually fading away. I don't know what, someone is hacking me. Sorry guys, I've looked. When I finish my thought, I will jump out and jump in again. But yeah, it was. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about what was his role and how he affected United, especially after Ten Hag left. But apparently he was, he is, now very important. He is a director of football. He's going to be on top of the recruitment and everything else. So yeah, we will see how he is going to fare there. I remember that other guy that's called Christopher something. I'm not sure. He apparently is like the head of the scouting department and something else. So now Wilcox is the director of football. So it will be interesting to see. Like, we've been calling for a director of football for many, many years. Ed Woodward was the one who was, many, many years ago, or many, many years ago right now. He was the one who was, doing sponsorships. He was doing everything, blah, 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 blah. But in the end, it didn't work. Hopefully this guy is going to be, I mean, if you look at the people we are currently signing, we signed Cunha. We are very, we are in verbal agreement, I would say, with Mbueno, and we are trying to sign him. It looks like that recruitment is changing drastically if you compare it to what we had before. So it will be interesting to see how he fares out. I will just jump out and jump in.
No problem. Sorry, I get you. Yeah. So Bartholomew, we heard from Dora. I mean, it sounds all positive about Wilcox, and for him to get that promotion, he must be having a good effect. Unlike Dan, your best mate Dan, Asher.
Yep.
Dan Asher. So what do you know about the role? Because it's obviously there's a different post, isn't it? But what has Jason Wilcox done at the club so far under the previous role as technical director? What does it all involve?
I don't know, yeah, but like I don't want to make like any illusions that I've looked at this or I have too much interest in this kind of thing. What we do know about Wilcox is he was head of the academy at Manchester City, and now he is director of footballing operations or whatever. You do have to worry that he might have stepped up a few too many roles without the experience and so on. That'd be my first sort of thinking, is like, is it's very easy to promote someone until they're incompetent, essentially. We know that he, as Dora was saying, that he came in and gave Ten Hag basically a formation and he had to make it work. And to Ten Hag's credit, it did work. We got the FA Cup off the back of it. And now there seems to be a lot of very like strange decisions have been made in the last 6 months or something, where we won the cup with a 4-3-3. We've recruited for a 4-3-3, and now we're playing 3-4-2-1. Like, so that doesn't sort of seem to make a lot of sense to me. So maybe Wilcox has been put in this role, which will be the de facto head of football relations day in, day out. You know, he'll have input at the very minimum on contracts, signings, I don't know, maybe training, maybe tactics. I'm not sure about all of that, but I don't really want to speculate massively on it because it's essentially it's mid-management reshuffle, and I don't really know about those sort of things. Like, what do you think?
I don't know. This is why I wanted to talk about it, because I just wanted to get more understanding about what's the importance of the role, what's the difference in the job description. And I have got a job description here for a director of football, which is what he's going into now. And but it's for Whitchurch Football Club. Which is
okay, yeah, okay. I think that's very different.
The same job applies. So obviously on a lower level. So the role outline is director of football is the member of the club management committee and is responsible. This is a village club, by the way, and is responsible for the playing structure of the club. So as a director of football, he's responsible for the playing structure of the club. The post holder's primary responsibility is to ensure that the club has a playing policy, number of teams, ages, gender, ability, contingency plan, which is implemented, and the coaching system is working effectively. So he's overseeing a lot of stuff. The key objectives here, because I've got personal specification here, this is for the new role: develop and manage a playing structure to provide football for all levels of the club, from youth through to the adult team, the senior team. Be proactive in developing the standard of coaching and play. So this is a big job, as in, and obviously he's an ex-footballer, great footballer as well. Key responsibilities: review and evaluate the coaching and that players are receiving and look to improve the standards across the club. Observe training and match day operations and draw up a plan of action with managers and coaches to improve its quality. Meet managers and coaches on a monthly basis to gather ideas, opinions, and suggestions on ways to improve the playing structure of the club. He's got a lot on here. To represent the players, managers, and coaches in discussions with club management committee members and to raise issues on their behalf. Ensure the levels of coaching qualifications are sufficient to achieve, maintain charter standards status for the whole club. Be part of the disciplinary subcommittee and ensure that standards of behaviours of the players, managers and coaches are aligned with FA codes of conduct and club policy. And finally, to recruit, remove managers and coaches as necessary to ensure playing policy of the club is being followed, being effective and being achieved. It's a big job.
Would you like it?
Well, I always, when you go for a job, I always look at the person specification and say, do I tick? Have I got experience in this? And I think he does. Ex-player, like you said, he's done the role at Southampton briefly. He's been a youth manager. He's been overseeing at Man United's experience. He's got experience on the job. It's like an inside recruitment. So I think he meets all the person's specification. And I think they think so too. They're obviously happy with him. He must be a good talker. I haven't heard him talk half time, but he must be able to communicate.
They do like him, don't they?
Yeah, well,
like,
yeah.
He seems quite prominent. I think, like, I mean, the original plan, as far as I could understand, that the Ineos were basically going to give some guidelines on the football that they wanted. So a basic formation, but you would assume that they would say they want direct attacking football, like, and then maybe add something in like with our best player, with the most exciting players in England in wide positions, or some, like try and kind of get the United DNA. I feel that they completely sunk the boat by going for Amorim on this, because it you need to completely change everything to incorporate that new system. And I want to know if does Wilcox know enough about like how you coach a 3-5-2 variation to be able to sort of say like do you know what I mean? Like, are the standards good enough and things like this? I think it will be interesting, but Wilcox, he might have won a power struggle with other people. It'd be interesting to see where it goes. I don't know, but these things don't really excite me as much as other things. But I can't really think of anything else to say on it, to be honest.
Well, the thing is, for the club, he's going to be a key member of the club now. So that promotion for him means that he's going to be involved in a lot of things. And there's something key there. He's going to be involved in the sacking of management and coaches as well. So Amorim better communicate with him as best as he can, because everyone needs to be on board. They need to get on well, And I think Wilcox he's probably in early 50s or something. Amorim's quite young as well, both former players, and he must have a good personality for him to be getting on with everybody within the club.
Yeah, if you work at City, like if you're running the City Academy, like they've got the most finances in the world, basically, you're going to be good. And from what you're saying, it sounds to me that he is essentially Amorim's boss and Ratcliffe's representative, like day to day. I just hope that, like, rather like midfielders, I hope that Wilcox and Amorim develop a good, healthy, professional working relationship, because that can only be good for the club. But if Wilcox has got a bit of the ego, or Amorim's got a bit of the ego, things like Amorim telling the club he's done the deal with Gyökeres and they just now have to put the finances in, that doesn't always go down well.
Dora, I've read the job description for Whitchurch United Football Club. Are you interested?
Yeah, I am.
Well, you should make an application.
Yeah.
You can apply to it, Yabba.
Well, you know what? While I was doing the research for the show, I was looking at this and I thought, this would be fun. It's a village football club or whatever. And I was looking at it, actually, could I do that at a semi-pro club or something like that? And if you believe in yourself, I'd have to be winging it, obviously, during the interview, because a lot of stuff I haven't done. But if you could talk a good game and give it, what it take, you have to know the lingo. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, all right. And have a little rib at someone. It's all that football kind of stuff that you need to know to sort of come over as someone who's in the know in football, So
you need to get into it once, and then when you get into it, you learn stuff. Like, it's not like these guys are professionals, from the moment they step in that role. So,
but I think look what we're seeing with Wilcox. He's coming from a football background so it's quite a smooth transition for him. So he knows about the football culture. It's like other people, when you see who's the guy who helped English rugby get into
Clive Woodward.
Clive Woodward. He's not come from a rugby background, but he can come into any sporting background. He went to Southampton as well and produced the goods. But you're thinking, well, you don't know about this culture around here, but he was able to do it. That's what, for me, was very special. It was a rare occasion that someone not coming from the sport can come in and utilize his skills to get the benefit and improve the development.
It didn't work out though, did it? With Woodward, he got didn't Redknapp basically leave after 3 months, or it didn't work out well with Woodward at Southampton.
Yeah,
that guy. Who is it? Is it Will Self? Will Steele, like the new Southampton manager. Have you heard about him?
He will steal what? I wouldn't.
No, that's good. That's very good.
I wouldn't trust him coming into the job. You can be the treasurer.
Yeah, that will be what gets you the job as director of football. Yeah, No, I think he doesn't have any like UEFA qualifications, and he learned off Football Manager or something. He was a coach in France. You must have heard of him.
Yeah. I've heard about him.
He's
Yeah, the guy from France.
He's now managing Southampton.
Oh wow, that's amazing. What a
So
story!
you can go and run that football club. Sign me as a midfielder, not as a centre back, and we'll change the logo to an angry hornet and have Dora legging about, shouting and stuff.
Oh dear. All right. By the way, guys, France are getting licks right now from Spain in this Nations Cup. It's the only sort of football on at the moment. It's 5-1 now. They're getting completely battered. And Spain, like I say, if you talk about building a team and building a culture of football, Spain's culture of football is clearly dominating the star players of France right now. All right, that's enough of that. Do you want to touch on a bit of transfer news? Because I'm just going to talk just quickly. I'm just going to go for some comments. Big up to Stephanie saying hi to Subvid. Subvid is in the house as well. How you doing? Andrew is saying here, France are sort of in transition because they're getting battered here, says Iron Titanium as well. What Simon Warner wants is Gyökeres playing alongside Cunha. What a pairing that would be. Talking about what Wilcox can do. Simon saying here, Gyökeres wants to be reunited with Amrin. That seems, I want to come to you quickly on this one before we go to the awards. Dora, the relationship between Amrin, former manager, and Gyökeres looks like, I don't know, what have you heard on a grapevine in Croatia? Do you think it's going to come through?
I mean, if you look at, like, at first it was all Gyökeres is going to Arsenal, right? And then I think that there is a huge possibility that Arsenal are looking for Benjamin Šeško, the Slovenian guy, as you know. So they are, looking for that transfer, and I think they are going to get it. I think they kind of, put Gyökeres aside. I don't know which club was Gyökeres also been, with whom he was connected. But to me, it looks like, if you look at it, right? So, I think that club has problems with PCR. We are not going to talk about it. It's boring, but it has problems with financial fair play in the books. But I think they have money, right? And I think if they, with some of the outgoings that we already had, with Lindelof and Eriksen and potentially Anthony apparently Ten Hag wants Anthony, by the way, at Bayer Leverkusen, and I'm like, get Onana as well, take him away. But of course, he needs to get Flaken from Brentford or whoever. Like, why didn't you get that guy when you were here? No, you had to get Andre Onana. But yeah, putting that aside, I think there is. I'm not trying to hype it up. I'm not trying to, get too attached. But I think the more and more we are going into this transfer window, I can see Gyökeres coming to United in the end, and I think we are going to pay money for him.
Okay. Anything to add on that, Bath time, before we go to the awards, guys? Award ceremony coming up. Your votes count. Bath time.
Do we have the ability to put polls in chat this evening? Because that would be quite useful.
Let's have a look. I know that it was getting done yesterday. I don't know.
For transfers, whilst you're checking that, transfers, Mbueno is going to run for probably 10 days, you would think, but I'm fairly sure that will be our player. I think that although all of this is really, really exciting, I remember back to how everyone told me off last summer because I gave the transfer window 3 or 4 out of 10. A striker, a goalkeeper, and a midfielder are still so incredibly important. I'm not sure number 10. I'm not sure now we've got Cunha. I'm not sure Mbueno should be the top. I'm not saying it's bad signing. I'm saying it shouldn't be top priority. I think you've got to look at a midfielder, a keeper, and a striker. We need them so much.
Yeah, we need McTominay, we need Prime David De Gea, and we need Ruud van Nistelrooy. Good luck.
Great players, legends from the past. Just quickly before we go into this, guys, Stephanie Griffiths, how you doing? She said she wants a top monster box to box midfield.
McTominay.
Yep, there you go. And obviously, everyone wants to keep her gone. Talk about blast from the past. Just a quick one, guys, on the panel and in the chat. Who's this?
That's an Englishman. That is the most English man I've ever seen in my life. And now Yaba is looking at me and he's going to say, oh, he's Scottish, he's Irish, blah, blah. And I am, I don't know. Like, this is the most British
No
man I've ever
way.
seen. Alan Brazil. Who?
He's a man who's a completely different color to that now. I've never.
Pink.
What?
He's like Alan Brazil is the fat bloke on TalkSport that talks a lot. I'd never have recognized him. It's like looking at Luke Skywalker and Jabba the Hutt and finding out they're related.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and he still looks unhealthy there, to be honest. As a professional footballer.
Obviously, so this is former Man United player Alan Brazil, who's now a big-time TalkSport presenter in the mornings, and he's known for he loves his race horsing, and he loves drinking as well. He's always out drinking. He's put on so much weight, Scottish guy, and you look at him and say, "You're never a sportsman." But as you can see here, he was once a sportsman. I do like Alan Brazil. I do like to listen to him.
By the way, this kit is amazing. It's so good.
Yamal.
Sorry?
Yamal.
No, this kit.
Oh, kid.
Jersey.
All right.
Kid.
I thought you said it's kid.
No,
Okay.
I'm not watching the game. Come on.
Okay.
Why
All right.
have you been looking at pictures of Alan Brazil, Gabba?
Because I was doing a bit of research and I was thinking about doing the quiz again, everything. I was, there's Alan Brazil. Let me see if anyone recognises him from when he was fit, young and fit, Because people say to me, "You're not the man you used to be. You're big and fat, overweight." When they see
Who says that to you?
My girlfriend.
Oh,
But anyway,
That's love.
yeah, it's unfair. It's not nice. But anyway, let's get on with the show. I've got a few things for the end of the show. But guys in the chat, there's 15 of you watching right now. It's been a long, hard season. But at the end of every season, we get together as a club and we make our picks for Player of the Year and all kinds of other awards you want to create. If you've got an award that you want to talk about or you want to create, put it in the comments and we'll see if we can discuss that as well. But let's start with the award ceremony. What I would like to do, all right, you can pick two, talk about them, and then you can discuss them, give your reasons why they should be nominated for the award. And for whatever reason, I'd like to have some sort of explanation of why you should be this person might be. So, for example, you might say Onana is the Player of the Year, but you have to give justification. So let's start with Player of the Year. So, Player of the Year, Bath, what do you think? You've been in so many awards ceremonies and that. What is a Player of the Year? What does this mean to be Player of the Year? Does it mean the best player or just the player of the season?
Good luck.
Well, it's the player that's been the best player most consistently over the course of the season.
So not necessarily the best player in the team, the most valuable best player, just a player for the season who's played best. It's been
it's been the person that's played the best for the team. Yeah.
Okay.
And for us, I think that there's only really one candidate, isn't there?
So talk to Bartha. Who are you nominating and why?
Well, I'm going to say Bruno, because Bruno has been in a terrible, terrible, terrible year. Bruno has been the only one that has got anywhere near the level of a Manchester United player, with his 18 goals and assists over the course of the season. He's been committed and available, and I felt he's tried his best, and that the issues around him are not about. They're more about just who he is, footballer. But I think he's given as much as he can, and it's not a season that would get him in. He wouldn't get plaudits for what he's done this season in any other season. But he was the best of a very, very bad bunch. So it's clearly Bruno for me.
So there's no special mentions for you because you said the best of a bad bunch. Okay. So we got Bruno Fernandes from Bath Time. Dora, Player of the Year. Just means for this season, who's been the best player for you this season? Just by the way, before you do, I just want to start Andrew saying here, Mazraoui has been the best player, consistent as well. You're saying we got Bruno from Chat Sports, and Stephanie is saying Maz and Maguire. So it's not like 100% Bruno. I mean, a few of the guys are saying other players. Who is your Player of the Year, Dora, and why?
Well, it's as BT said, it was a bad season. It's really hard to be even reasonable in this in this discussion because it's just it has been very, very bad. But yeah, so I don't repeat what I absolutely agree with Bruno, and I think we are going to pick Bruno in the end. But I agree with Andrew. I think Mazraoui, if you look at it, his play overall when we signed him, from all the signings in the last 2 seasons, he was the only one who was consistent with his performances. He played as a wing back. He played as a right centre back.
Can I stop you there?
Yeah.
We've got categories. There will be a signing of the year category.
Okay. Spoiler alert. But yeah, you probably will see who am I going to pick. But yeah, I will say Mazraoui. Like he had some rough patches as well, but he for a guy that has been injury prone at Bayern Munich, I think that he proved that he can be a very good player for Manchester United. So I need to shout out him because if you're maybe special mention Harry Maguire. I cannot believe that I'm saying this in 2025, but I mean McTominay won an Italian league and he was an MVP of the league. So yeah, Maguire needs to be mentioned in this situation. But yeah, I will nominate Mazraoui here.
All right, so we got 1 vote for Bath Time, 1 vote for Maz from Dora. Can we go to the comments, please? Can we make it unanimous?
Are you nominating anyone?
Maguire.
Are you happy with that?
Maguire for me is player. The reason Maguire is the Player of the Year, Bruno's a better player, more impactful, better player all round. But this season, you cannot deny that Harry Maguire has been the best. Like I say, it seems over the last few years he had to deal with him not being in the side. He's lost his captaincy. He's been ripped by the fan base as well. But he's come back and been consistent. And based on his performance, he's been the mainstay, the main first pick in that defence, in my opinion. He's got De Ligt coming, who can take his position. He's got a young pretender in Euro, but he's the leader of men. And obviously, there's been moments this season where he's just set the Old Trafford alight on fire with his performances, whether it's twisting someone up on the wing like George Best and assist, or whether it's stepping up in the last minute, shoving the defender out of the way and heading the ball into the back of the net to take us through to the final. It's just such a shame with all those moments that it wasn't at the end of it. He wasn't the guy, with Bruno together lifting up that trophy. We're really unfortunate to win, but I don't think it was his fault for the loss to Tottenham. I just think Maguire deserves to be Player of the Year. Bruno's won it about 3 or 4 times already. So Maguire's been consistent with everything against him. He's been the best player for me this season because over the season he's just been phenomenal. Wins his headers, just a giant of a player and a leader as well. And obviously with everything what he did in those special moments, it just
has he appeared enough for you? Like I've got no issue with anything you're saying. But you think he's featured enough? It's the big sort of argument against Bruno is that Ahmad won 2 Player of the Month awards for us, at the start of the season, and when it felt like he was kicking into gear, it came after Roy Keane's comments, and it didn't really result in an awful lot of points for us. So. I think Bruno's clearly been the Player of the Year, but he hasn't played well this year. So I'm very happy to take Maz or Maguire over him.
Okay, guys, there's 3 votes for you. If you got what I wanted to do, because we haven't got 2 people outnumbered in 1, so we're going to go to the people in the chat. You have the deciding decision. Is the Player of the Year? like Dora says, Maz? Is it like what I'm saying, Harry Maguire? Or is it Bath Times pick Bruno Fernandes? Just put Bruno, Maz, or Harry in the chat now. I'm going to add them up. And the winner will be the one with the most votes. It's going down to the poll. Guys, quickly in the chat, let me know who's winning Player of the Year and getting the Man United Agenda Player of the Year award. Should we put on some background music while they're like blankety blank? Yeah. Blankety blank, blankety blank, blankety blank. I've got Maz. Super match game. We've got 2 for Maz. Someone's saying Bruno. Bruno's got 1. Another 10 seconds, guys. Otherwise, Maz is winning Player of the Year.
Do you know how to beatbox on Monday?
No, I can't. We've got another one for Bruno, so it's tied. 2 for Maz, 2 for Bruno. We've got 3 for Bruno. Looks like Bruno's getting the Man United Agenda Player of the Year. All 3 have their positives. We've got Cosman saying Bruno. Bruno's in the lead at the moment. It's 3-3. The next one is either Bruno or Maz. Next comment wins it. Put it in, guys. It's either Bruno or Maz. Who's going to have the deciding vote? For the Man United Agenda Player of the Year, it goes, thank you, Retro. You'll be delighted. It's Bruno. Bruno is the Player of the Year. We have to go with that. That's how we decide. It's a democracy here. Thanks, guys. Sorry, Stephanie, you got a bit late there with the Maz, and it's only 3 letters, so you should have got there quicker than Retro. Someone says Luke Shaw. I knew it'd be a joke. I'm titanium. There you go. Player of the Year. We're happy with that. I'm all right with that. Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. All right. Well done, Bruno. Next awards. Let's see what we got here. The goal of the season. There hasn't been many, but I'm gonna start with you, Bath Time, this time around. Who scored the goal of the season? Now, like I said, for the Player of the Year, it has to be the best. It's not necessarily the best player in the club. It's the player of this season. But who scored the best goal of this year? Now, does it mean like the best technical goal, or does it mean the biggest impact goal, or the moment, or where what does it mean to you?
It can mean any of them things,
okay.
Can't it? Like, could be your favourite goal. It could be the most technically perfect goal. It could be a goal that meant something to you personally, or whatever. I will be going with Joshua Zirkzee against Fulham. The first game of the season, because it put us top of the table, and like it was like, it felt like, yeah, we got one over the line, we can go on and do something now, and it was a bit of hope.
Okay. Patrick Pillow, how you doing? It says Mainu's equaliser against Olympique Lyon. And that was a hell of a move, and what a piece of skill to finish. See, I'm struggling to think of goals, but that's a good one. That's a good shout there.
Maguire for you, surely.
All right. Maguire or Mounts. Yeah, those are 2 great goals, weren't they? Some fabulous goals here. Now we're thinking about it. There's 3 here. Mainu, all in the same game, I believe. Mount and Maguire. But you, Bath Time's gone for Xerxes' goal. You say it was a good team goal? Was that the back heel finish? Yeah,
like it was the 89th minute or the 91st minute, first game of the season.
Yeah.
Friday night against Fulham, Stretford End. If I remember correctly, he kind of studded it down.
I remember now.
And it looked like a real striker's finish, and it's the only. I was really like, it was really exciting, and then after that, it just turned to shit.
All right, we've got 1 for Xerxes. Dora, goal of the season and why?
I'm trying to think. Mount was great. Mount won. You know what? I will say, sorry, I have bugs around me. Let's see. Oh yeah, Kobe against Lyon. Like, he was injured for not injured. He didn't play. He came in. He equalized against Lyon in the last. Like, I know Maguire one was more, impactful in the end because we went through, but that might not go. Like, the whole stadium exploded. Everyone lost their minds online, especially the haters. So Kobe, what a piece of play, what a touch, and you could see that kid is talented. He just needs to develop even more to become a proper player. But yeah, what a piece of play by Mainu.
Okay, so Patrick's bigging you up, saying yes, Dory, yes. So far we've got Xerxes with his goal against Fulham. We've got Kobe with his goal against Leon, which is a special goal at a special time coming off the bench. I'm going to go with Mason Mount. When the ball was played to him, his back to goal, little turn. First touch was a turn, and curled around the defender. That wasn't Leon, was it?
No, that was Bilbao.
That was Atletico Bilbao.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good goal. To be able to do that in the box, back to goal, first touch, boom to set, and just curl it around the defender, use the defender like that. To me, that was special. But I do like Kobe's goal as well. Obviously, Harry Maguire's impact for goal. Well, he's a standard for him scoring a header like that.
Yeah,
but that was a special goal, of course. But
I preferred Ugarte's one, like against Bilbao, where Maguire did the skill and. It was it Casemiro or Ugarte? I can't remember who scored it, but it was a seriously important goal at the time. Like, I think did it put us 2-0 up?
Yeah,
yeah.
It was a really important goal. But they've got some crackers in the comments.
So yeah, for sure. Obviously, Ugarte's goal versus Leon, as we said there. Great minds think alike. Ahmad versus City. I can't recall.
That's a good one.
Is it good? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. How did we forget that one? Oh.
Licha Martinez got the ball like left-hand side of the pitch. Ahmad was right back. He hit a long ball over the top. Ahmad took it down beautifully. And then it was probably Gvardiol and Walker both fell over each other when he put it like down the line. It was like the 91st minute or something. It was like basically the last kick of the game. So if anyone wants to vote for Ahmad's goal, like, that's completely understandable.
Are you sticking with your pick then?
Yeah, Xerxes. It was like, first goal of the season, put us top of the table. Tell me when that happens again.
Does anyone remember this one? Casemiro against Leicester? Top corner goal? I don't remember.
It was a curler, I think. It was when it was Rude, wasn't it? It was Ugarte and Casemiro, and he took it and he just curled it like right postage stamp into the top right.
Bruno scored a couple free kicks, says Simon. What else do we have here? Mount's goal was good. I mean, obviously he scored a left-footed long ranger, didn't he, in the cup? Big up to Colum. He's saying, can we put Rasmus' goal up? I mean, any of his 5 are very rare. No doubt about that. Yeah, we've got Ahmad as well from Cosman. So I've got Mason Mount with a little first-time touch to set and score. We've got a lovely finish by the Predator, Xerxes, early in the season. And obviously we've got Kobe scoring in the Cup, Europa League. Once again, we haven't been unanimous. Shall we go to the comments? Guys, who scored goal of the year? No messing about, guys. Let's get this done. I know Dora's got blurry.
Yeah, my mic.
It doesn't matter. Give us the final vote, and we will decide who gets goal of the year. Is it Mason Mount? Is it Xerxes? Is it Kobe? Or is it someone else? So Ahmad. If there's enough votes, Ahmad would go with that. Of those, Kobe's for the importance. Okay, so Kobe's winning. Yeah, we've got 2 for Kobe. Kobe could be getting it. The halfway goal from Colum, not from Colum. Colum saying the halfway goal from Mason Mount. Any more votes? Because Kobe's winning at the moment. Licha, it was a long strike. We need more for Licha. Time's running out, guys. Ahmad by a long shot. We've got 2 for Ahmad, 3 for Kobe so far. We've got 4 for Kobe from the Man United agenda. And we've got Ahmad. It's got to be Kobe. All right, Kobe, you right with that bath time?
Yeah, perfectly.
Yeah, Kobe. Yeah, there's so many votes for Kobe. Big up Retro and big up the Cosman as well. Ahmad comes second place based on these votes. I need to go and look at that goal again because you guys are really boosting up about that goal. So Kobe Mainu wins the Man United agenda goal of the season. Top player, but can't get in the side right now, unfortunately. But hopefully he would have a better season next year. All right, next category, guys, is a signing of the season. Now, can we just talk about who we signed this season We got Dorgu in January.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we signed this season to come in?
Delict, Xerxes,
Xerxes,
Mazraoui,
yeah. Dorgu,
Ugarte.
Ogati, yeah.
I say it's 5, isn't it? Is
Okay.
Chido, Yoro, Heaven.
So Yoro, Heaven, Chido, young players. And we've got Ogate, we've got Dorgu, we got Delit, and we got
Mazraoui.
Sign of the season. Let me just go through before we do, guys. A couple more categories here. We've got most improved player, young player of the year, flop of the season, unsung hero, and we're currently on signing of the season. So if you're thinking about it, there are other categories there you could want to select the player for. So who's been a sign of the year? We've named them. Who's your sign of the year? Bath time.
Probably Mazraoui. I would like to put Lenny Yoro, or I'd like to put Heaven in, but I think Mazraoui, for his consistency, his adaptability, he's one of the only players that has really kind of got into the new role. As he was signed as a right back, and we played him centre back and right wing back. I think he's done really, really well. He's got good quality. I like him. Was he 17 million euros, something like about 15 million quid. I'd absolutely go for him, but I'm very pleased with Yoro and with Heaven. But I think Mazraoui pips it for me.
Yeah, Yoro was missed the first part of the season through injury, and then he got injured again, didn't he, later on in the season? But he was magnificent. I'm going to select him for another category. I'm going with Maz as well. I think Maz has come in, just being consistent and being a very good signing. You talk about value for money there, Bath time. You mentioned 17 million pounds. That is good value for what he offered us. Gave us that balance as well. When he came in, he probably assumed he played as a right back, but he had to, end up as a number 10. Played in midfield a little bit. Played as a centre back as a free. Plays a wing back on the right. He does a bit of everything. He's a great signing, versatile player. He's our Phil Neville, Mr. Versatility. Maz, is 12.5 million.
Can we add Dora back in, please?
Oh, is she there?
Yeah.
Oh, right. All these times. Oh, God.
Sorry, I'm having so much technical issues. So
Dora.
sorry. But yeah.
I've gone for Maz. Bath time's gone for Maz. So it's unanimous for us on the panel.
Yeah, I mentioned.
Yeah,
I mentioned it earlier. I mean, we need to say Mazraoui. He was in continuity. In continuity, I don't know English or Croatian, by the way. It's the same word, actually. But yeah, I think he was most consistent. He, in my opinion, he didn't have insane lows. Like I remember when he flunked that one goal when he slipped. Apart from that, hiccup. I think he was a staple of that defense, in my opinion, together with Harry Maguire and Lenny Yoro.
Okay, so it's unanimous from the panel. For all three of us have gone for Maz. Guys, I don't think you can trump that because all three of us have gone for the same player. But just a few shout outs here. A lot of people said Yoro, but I'm hoping to put him in another category. But Yoro, just quickly, guys, Yoro's one for the future. He's the real deal, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Category. So the player of the year, the best signing of the year is Maz. Thank you, Maz, for all your contributions. All right, unsung hero. What does that mean, Bath time? Because you put it in. What's unsung hero?
It's the player that you think has performed admirably or has done well and hasn't received credit. So for any other season but this season, you would put Harry Maguire as that player. For me, I think that I would put Diego Dallo as our unsung hero of the season. As I think that, like Andrew's put a good one in there, Garnacho. The players that don't get a lot of love but have actually performed to a reasonable level.
Okay.
Does that answer it?
Yeah, it's a tough one then. It's a tough one. I really have to consider this. Unsung hero for this year. We've got Tyrone saying Lenny. Garnacho from Andrew Williams. Just explain it again, bath time. So
it's the player whose contributions you don't feel have been recognised enough over the course of the season.
Okay, Dora, over to you. Unsung hero.
Maguire. I mean, I know after some time, I think the whole online, was from what I saw, I think I saw less and less, criticism on of Maguire, which was a miracle. But I think overall, it's always, oh, Ahmad is doing great. Ahmad Diallo is doing great. Bruno is class, or he's not, but he's class. Casemiro had a great game, in that midfield. But I would give it to Maguire. I think at the end of the day, even though he was kind of mentioned during the season as a standout, because I think he performed better than De Ligt as well, and De Ligt is supposed to be our centre back marquee signing. Maguire, I think, if you look at it, he was our most consistent, our best centre back this season, and I think it should be mentioned. And of course, he had to play in front of Andre Onana as the rest of them. But yeah, I think that's a great hurdle that he had to get over during the season. But yeah, I would say Harry Maguire.
Okay, so we've got two separate votes right now, different votes. We've got a question mark for Ericsson from Simon Warner. So Tyrone saying De Ligt's done quite well. The low has been poor, though, he's saying here. He said he doesn't understand how the Diego De Lo prop. He's not a
perfect example of an unsung hero.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. Casemiro is a shout to be carried. He carried us to the Europa League final. That'd be my vote.
None for Lindelof. I'm surprised.
That's a good shout, though. There's a good shout for Lindelof. I just don't think he's performed as.
I mean, he played less 10 games consistently. Like, Amorim didn't want to play him, and then he had to play him because he sent Licha Martinez got injured, Yoro got injured. He had to put someone in, and he delivered in the end. But for that small, those amounts of games, I think there's just not enough of
Okay.
him.
See, I think Maguire's had his flowers this season. I don't think that he's been unsung. I think everyone's recognised that he's been our best centre back for the last 4 or 5 months. He's done that wonderful bit of skill to get us into the quarterfinal into the semi-final and the final. I think you have to actually defend now why you don't like Maguire as a player, whereas with an unsung hero, you've kind of got to defend your choice, as it were. So I think Garnacho's a good one, I feel.
And Xerxes, this is a good one from Patrick Pillow saying, Xerxes, I think we really saw how we can knit things together up top, unlike -9. That's a good shout and a good justification as well. Guys, in the comments, who's it going to be? I've gone for Casemiro. We've got Dallo from Bath Time and Harry Maguire from our very own Dora. So, guys, let us know in the comments. Put the name in, who you think is going to win. I am Titanium. Yes, very good, very good. Who's going to win the award for the unsung hero? The guy doesn't get enough credit, but really did perform. We've got one for Garnacho. We've got more for Garnacho. Then we're going to pick him. Oh, here we go. Harry. Looks like Harry's going to get it for you, Dora.
Yeah, be Maguire.
Yeah, Harry. One for Casemiro. We'll go with Harry. There's 3 votes already, plus Dora's vote as well. Unless anyone else is going to trump that. No. We've got Maguire. We've got Casemiro. Not enough. We need more. Time's running down. Okay, we ended there. Unsung hero, Man United Agenda Award 2025 goes to Harry Maguire. I never thought
such an oxymoron. That's unsung hero. We speak about Maguire the most of any player.
This is the only channel that actually praises regularly Harry Maguire. So yeah,
I think Harry Maguire got his flowers this year. I mean, look at the hero worship he had after scoring those goals. But your votes count, Dora.
His comeback has been like, if you want to call it comeback of the season or something instead, then it's definitely Maguire. He's done well this season, and he's like, because we've been shit, and I know Andrew was shouting about how these awards are too positive. Awards tend to be positive by their nature, so it's like when Mr. B's back, we'll do the Mr. B's of the year and worst moment, worst goal conceded. But we do these at the end of every season, so we've got to keep consistency in it, Yabba.
Okay, it's perfect timing because the next award is the flop of the year. Thank you, Andrew. Now you can be as negative as you want. Flop of the year, just describe that, Dora. What would be the criteria for the flop of the year?
Assigning that a player that we expected a lot from, in the end, couldn't deliver due to not simply performing well. I would exclude people that were injured throughout the season because I don't think it's fair. The people who played most of the games and delivered absolute garbage on the pitch. I think that is the flop of the year. Expectations were high. We got, the lowest of the low. I think that is my interpretation of it.
Okay, flop of the year. Let's see the criteria there from Dora. If you want to add to that, Bath, I'm going to come to you again first.
Me,
just describe the flop of the year and why you're picking the person you think.
The person that dramatically underperformed your expectations of them, or that most underperformed your expectations.
So go ahead. Let us know. Open the envelope. Oh, don't, Bath. I want justification. Don't do that to me, man.
What did I just say? Who underperformed their expectations the most? I think Onana is a crap goalkeeper, and I thought it at the start of the season. I thought Rasmus.
You say Rasmus?
No, because we knew Rasmus was bad. I am most disappointed by Joshua Zirkzee this year. He got less goals than Rasmus. He didn't do anything for the attack. He's the player I'm most disappointed in. In terms of that, I had higher expectations of him. Whereas other players might have performed worse, like Rasmus has been worse, and Onana has been worse. But I knew that they weren't very, very good at football. I was under the impression that Zirkzee was. So he's my flop of the season because I've had to completely readjust how I view him as a footballer when I haven't had to do that to Onana and Rasmus.
Okay. Wow.
Is that good enough for you?
Yeah, I'll accept it, but I'm gritting my teeth here. Retro saying Bruno. Eric Ten Hag, the managers from Titanium. Worst season for United player in 40 years as a supporter, says Andrew. Patrick Pillow saying here, the biggest flop has to be Rasmus. He justifies it by saying, I thought his first 20 minutes in the pre-season opener against Arsenal, he looked like he had taken the next step. Horrifically wrong. Big up, Patrick, for your comments today. We've got Tyrone saying, F this, F that. And Mason Mount is saying here is the flop of the year. We've got one vote for Rasmus Haaland from Cosman. Zirkzee has been much better than Mount, says Tyrone. Nana, flop of the year with Rasmus in second place. And Beyonde, the reserve goalkeeper. Zirkzee was SHIT, not sure why anyone rates him. That's Andrew. Flop of the year, starting 11 for all Premier League home games. We lost 3 goals to opponents. Yeah, bench warmer Tom Heaton, bench warmer of the year. We've got Rashford. That's a good one. He played some games. He was maybe the biggest flop. Says Retro. Zirkzee alongside Kuhn. Oh, go on. That's not all right. And we've got Tyrone going completely against the program by talk about transfer news. We've done that, Tyrone. We want to know who the flop of the year is. Dora?
I mean, Andrew is saying Ruben Amorim. It's not even that far from the truth, honestly. But yeah, we are rating players here, so I think we will have a special category for Amorim. Rasmus Haaland, I get where BT is coming from, but he is so bad. He was so bad. He has been so bad this season that he couldn't be a normal, not even normal, average NPC. The one that you create a default footballer in PES or FIFA with 60 rating overall. He couldn't even be that. No, he was even worse.
Is he worse than Onana?
Oh my God!
Is it close?
I will explore. It's very close. I'm nominating Onana and Rasmus, but I'm saying right now, Rasmus Højlund is the worst player I've ever seen in my life as a supporter of Manchester United.
Wow.
He has been so bad. Like, I'm not that young anymore. I'm 29. I've been supporting United for 20 years right now. Yeah, people are going to say I'm a glory hunter, but you would be surprised in like how many people here support Arsenal. I was the unique one, I would say, or Chelsea during that time. But yeah, even as a glory hunter, I haven't seen that poor of a player. And I watch other leagues. I watch Italy. I watch Croatian league. You see a lot of bad apples. I haven't seen that bad of a footballer than I've seen Rasmus Højlund in Premier League as a Manchester United striker, number 9. He is heavy. What kind of number he has on his back, Yaba? Is it number? Sorry,
it's a
number
minor.
9.
Yeah.
It's number 9. Well, it's disgraced by him, and I know this is dramatic. This is all over the top. I mean, that's why I'm here, right? I am a dramatic Balkan girl, but it's just I cannot find any excuses for him, and I get told, "Oh, Ten Hag wanted Kane." That like who cares? Like I wanted to resurrect Eusebio to play for Manchester. Like what is that reasoning? Who cares, right? Like he was supposed to be like he didn't even perform well for Denmark. Was it last year? Was it Euros? He was so bad. Like he was disgustingly bad for Denmark. And then he came to like he started the season for United. Like it's just I cannot even like if I go on I will make myself even more vexed. So yeah, I will just say Rasmus Højlund and of course Sandro Onana. But I hope that like Onana was so bad this season that I think he deserves a special category just for him. And yeah, this is Rasmus Højlund category.
I'm kind of with you on that, Dora, because if you said to me one of those two has to start next season, I am starting Onana every day of the week over starting Rasmus.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's unanimous then for me because I'm going Rasmus as well then, based on that. It's not even a tough decision. Rasmus is, I don't want to disrespect him, but he's been really poor. But saying that, people see something good about him. And I think if he works with it, goes back to Italy, it seems like Juve and maybe a few other teams in Italy are interested in him, Inter Milan as well. So I think it's a good opportunity for him to let him go. I was of the opinion a few months ago that we need to keep him and give him next season because he will come good. But I've just despair now with him. Even in the preseason against Vietnam All-Stars, he was just terrible. Yeah, did you see that game? I mean, man.
No, I had the live then.
Yeah,
I'm not watching that.
Okay. This is a good one. Retro says Rasmus makes Dion Dublin look like Pele. And Mitesh, how you doing? Dave did a strategic review and we got worse, so good for him to leave. All right, let's move on. Here we go. Next one, there's 2 to go. I'll go with young player of the year. For me, it's easy, very easy. Best young player. He's played consistently. Unfortunately, got injured early in the season. We didn't see him until about November, I think, because he had a serious injury during pre-season. Came back, elegant on the ball. We know who you're talking about. Is Euro. Elegant on the ball. Plays a bit like Rio Ferdinand. And he's fast. He reads the game really well. He had a really bad moment against the Southampton winger where he was ripped to shreds, and he came back from that and continued to perform really well. And I'm really proud of him for that because that's enough to sort of devastate you. He needs to learn, obviously. And we talk about the next category is most improved player. But I think Euro's shown that he's ready for the Premier League and playing in the 3 at the back as well. I think it helps him because if he's 2 at the back, he could get isolated more. You got backup, you got someone in the wing back, you got someone in front of you in defence, in midfield, and someone next to you as a partner to sort of help you out and communicate. So I think it helps his game a lot. I like Euro. For me, he's the young player of the year. There are other candidates, but I think he's the most outstanding one. Bath time.
I can't be bothered. I was going to make a joke about Christian Eriksen, but it can only be Euro. Like, he's shown quality on the pitch, all the things that you've been saying, a good attitude. You have to drop your expectations for young players. But I think shout outs to Amas and to Heaven in this category. They've been more of the shining lights this season than anyone else. So I'm 100% backing you on Euro. I see no other choice.
Dora, the comments are going for Euro. Who are you going for?
Euro. I mean, you could, like, Kobe hasn't played. Ahmad, in my opinion, isn't considered young anymore. Like, he's, 23, 24 years old. Like, I know it's technically, young, right? But in today's game, he's considered a senior player. I mean, I've seen, like, look at Lamine Yamal and those monsters. I would say little monsters. Not Lady Gaga fans, but the talented footballers that you're seeing every single on the pitch all over the Europe. I mean, I think they're changing the game every single day, and I think Amad Diallo is I think he's a senior player at this moment. But yeah, I would say Lenny Oro. By far, you guys said it all. I mean, he's just incredible player. I think he was our catalyst in those last few games. Unfortunately, yeah, even him, he cannot do it all, right? And he's still young, and he needs help and he needs support. So yeah,
I've sort of surfed the comments as well, and it is unanimous. Lenny Yoro, you are the Man United agenda Young Player of the Year. Thank you for your contributions, and make sure. Well, you're lucky, really. Southampton got relegated, so you won't be getting skinned again anytime soon, unless we play them in the cup, because that guy did give you.
Or join them.
Yeah, exactly. All right, last one from us for categories. Just want to say big up to Rio as well. He says, "I worry if we don't fix up, Euro will be sniped up by Madrid soon as well." I'm sure he picked Euro's Player of the Year as well, Young Player of the Year. Last one, which is something. It's going to be a tough one because that Man United Football Club over the last 10 years plus, it seems like we don't develop players. And what I'm asking you today, who is the most improved player at the football club for this season? Someone who has stepped up and performed beyond expectation. Someone who's had, you a bit shocked and what you'd never expected to see. To sort of turned your head and said, yeah, actually, I like you a lot, whereas I've sort of given up on you. Who is the most improved player of the season? Dora, you want to go first in this one?
Ahmad. And I know he has his limitations. And I said multiple times this season at this channel that, in my opinion, he isn't a future starting 11 material for United. He is a great catalyst. He is a great addition and a squad player. But this season, I think he won a few games by his own. I think that he was a spark that we needed in some moments or many moments. But, he was the one who always stepped up in those situations, mostly, even more so than some of the more senior players like Bruno Fernandes or Casemiro, whoever. So, yeah, I need to nominate Amad Diallo here. And I think he deserves a shout out, even though I have, he kind of fell off, like he has his limitations, but I think he did his job this season.
Nice shout. So it's Amad Diallo, most improved player this season. Bath time. Who's the most improved player for you?
I don't know. I've got no issues with Amad getting a shout out. He did. I mean, like, people always over-egg the pudding with a lot of players, and Amad was over-egged beyond belief. His defensive contributions have been shocking in the last couple of weeks, but I have no issue if people say him because he did get goals and assists. I do like the shout from Pillow from Casemiro because I think Casemiro kind of fought his way back into the team under Amrin, and you did see some really top performances in Europe. I know the way the winds are blowing, it will be Amad, but I think I'll probably go for Casemiro because under Dora's definition of like surprising you, I think Casemiro getting back in and performing at that level was the biggest surprise to me.
Yeah,
and also Anthony, I guess, now that Betis is the clear winner for this. Yeah.
You know what? That's a good one. Oh, that surprised me. That really surprised me. Most improved player. Damn right. doing it for Betis out there. But funnily enough, when he played in the final, he showed his true colours. Just didn't turn up. Actually, I agree with Bath time. Casemiro in Europe was sensational. That's from Rio. And a lot of people have gone, let's see, well, we've got Amad Diallo there. We've got Harry Maguire from Tyrone about improving. Obviously, Patrick Pillow said Casemiro. We've got Xerxes after the game, he was booed. That's from Rio. Ahmad, I'm taking Ahmad there as well. All right. So Ahmad is the most improved player for 2025 from the Man United agenda. I hope you guys, the players, are watching this and feeling proud of themselves. Yeah, no doubt about it. This is expert opinion. And take a bow, every one of you who's won an award today, except the flop of the year, Rasmus. It's definitely been you. But yeah, just quickly, any question quickly before we end the show? I just want to say hi to Tess again. He's saying Xerxes better for next season. I hope so. And I'm glad you said that because people write them off because with all the strikers or forward players we're signing. But I think he's still going to have got the quality to do something next season. 3 away for 20 likes. Can we? If you haven't pressed the like button just yet, let's do it now. Press the like button for Man United agenda. And I'm Titanium saying Ahmad watches as Lucky Singh. Okay, it was all Anthony. Yes, it was, most certainly. All right. I had some other stuff to put on the show, but maybe I'll save it for another time. We've gone for an hour and 16. Obviously, there's news that Jason Wilcox has gone from his role as technical director to director of football now. So hopefully, when you talk about transfers and directing the way we play and overseeing everything, hopefully he can have a big impact on the way we are. And they seem to like him at the club. And obviously, the award ceremony, we a bit tied up with a few decisions, especially the Player of the Year. But let's just confirm it once again. Player of the Year was Bruno Fernandes. For us, we had the goal of the season, which was Kobe Mainu. That was unanimous. Signing of the season was unanimous as well. It was Maz. The unsung hero, we agreed, we didn't agree.
Maguire.
Actually. Oh, did we agree Maguire? Who did you say, Dora, for unsung hero?
Maguire.
Okay, so Maguire, flop of the season, easy Rasmus. Most of the people was Ahmad, and the young player of the year was Euro. There you go, guys. Thanks again. So don't forget to join in tomorrow. It's Friday. We've got Colin. We'll be running the show. We're in the absence of Mr. B. I want to say hi to Mr. B. I don't know if he's watching, but he's in Amsterdam right now, and wonder what he's doing.
Flying about, I would imagine.
On a bicycle.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So Mr. B will be back next week. I'm sure he'll be watching the show, but make sure you tune in tomorrow as well, guys, for the Man United agenda. Bath time. We are signing out, but any last words?
Yes. As you know, this will be my last show for a long time. So have fun, everyone. And what's that? Sorry.
I'm tapping on a glass.
All right.
I should have been quiet and just say, "Oh my God, you're hallucinating."
Yeah. Well, it happens. Cheers, Andrew. But yeah, so I won't be around very much this summer, and we'll see where we go from there. But it's been a great year, not for Manchester United, but for the agenda. And thank you very much for all putting up and listening to me. And I will follow everyone's moves with great attention.
Thank you, Bath Time, for your wonderful contributions, and have a good summer. Whatever you're getting up to, the adventures of Bath Time. Maybe you can put something out and let us know how you're getting along with your adventures. Dora, what are you doing this summer apart from getting irritated and hot with mosquitoes?
Well, I'm planning on moving, so yeah, we will see how that fares up. I need to organize my work, my job, so that's on the agenda. Haha. My agenda. But yeah, I'm planning on, I'm going to a huge concert here in Croatia as well in July, which is great. So yeah, and I will probably go somewhere during summer. I'm planning on going to Dubrovnik actually in 10 days. We will see if I buy a car until then. So I will probably go, because no way in hell I'm going with a 23-year-old Volkswagen Polo
You know,
without AC on Croatian. I mean, we have a great highway, everything, but yeah, it's just like I will boil to death, probably melt, and yeah, I'm not risking that. And it's like 900 kilometers, because Croatia couldn't be shaped normally. It's shaped like this, so I need to go like this, so around. But yeah, I am planning to have a great summer. But yeah, if I can. If you guys, invite me, I will try to be here and talk about United. And yeah, I hope that you guys have a great summer as well. BT as well. You, Yaba, maybe don't work that hard. Just relax more. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Dora. So Tara said a great show. You three, I loved it tonight. We've got Tara saying here, bath time, plenty of times, Twitter Spaces. This is football conversations, isn't it, on Twitter? Bath time, you will be missed.
Yeah, right, all right.
Griffiths. That's lovely. Subvid saying, nice one, bath time. As you know, bath time's having the summer off. This is the best United channel on YouTube. It's a fact. Tyrone Williams. Cosman saying here, thank you, scientist Darius, aka Bath Time. And goodbye, BT, says Iron Titanium. This is lovely, guys. Thank you. Thank you. What else we got here? Bath Time, better than the low. All the best, BT. Enjoy your summer. Thank you very much, guys. And one more. Oh, here we go. This is lovely. Guys, let's not try to
piss off, Tyrone.
Do you know Bath Time? How's it feel? I mean, this is lovely. Look at these lovely comments you're getting here. Are you crying behind the screen there?
Yes, I'm in floods of tears. Like, imagine Rasmus scoring a goal and his goal celebration and everyone drowning. That's where I'm not dying. I'm just going off to enjoy my summer, and we'll see what happens in the next season. Like, Yabba offers me improved terms, guaranteed start at left wing.
Don't give us that Embuemo kind of contract talks. It depends what you want. It depends what you want. We're gonna have to negotiate. All right. From me, it's lack a notch. From Bath Time, it's a long term.
It's a lack a notch.
Lack a notch.
Lack a notch.
Guys, I'm sorry I don't have any sort of outro music, so just watch us pause and say goodbye.